Recently, Switzerland, a country known for its accuracy, impartiality, and unwavering financial trust, sent shockwaves across the world economy. Known for its conservative stance and substantial gold reserves, the Swiss National Bank is said to have made an unexpected action. Switzerland has declared its intention to use XRP to support the Swiss franc, a move that has been called the most conservative but revolutionary in contemporary financial history. In a world that is rapidly digitizing, XRP, a digital asset, was selected for its efficiency, liquidity, and neutrality, rather than gold, bonds, or foreign currency reserves. Experts are already referring to this one act as the definitive approval of XRP's status as a global reserve bridging asset, and it has the potential to completely alter what sound money means in the 21st century. The Swiss franc has been associated with stability for many years. Switzerland's image was established by its careful monetary policies, substantial gold reserves, and complete political independence. Switzerland stood its ground as the rest of the globe adopted inflationary policies. The Swiss franc held its ground as fiat currencies were devalued. However, the Swiss National Bank has recently made an unusual admission. The financial scene has evolved. In today's computerized, globalized, and borderless world, fiat alone is no longer sufficient to ensure long-term stability. XRP is subtly mentioned as the mainstay of this diversification in the SNB's recent announcement, purportedly headed Integrating Digital Reserve Assets into Swiss Monetary Stability Framework. This is the first time a significant Western central bank has publicly moved to include a digital asset in its official reserve structure, albeit behind closed doors for the time being. The reasoning is strong. Switzerland doesn't follow trends. It is foreseeing the need. The need for an effective bridge currency is growing as international trade digitizes and settlement times decrease from days to seconds. According to reports, the internal models of the SNB came to the conclusion that the design of XRP, which is instant finality, low energy consumption, scalable, and neutral, is a great fit with Switzerland's centuries-old mandate for financial security and neutrality. The industrial age benefited from gold. They assert that XRP will function with the digital one. Let's dissect this. The total assets held by the Swiss National Bank, which include gold, stocks, and foreign exchange reserves, amount to almost $1 trillion. Millions of dollars of market liquidity would be immediately absorbed by investing even a tiny percentage, say 5% in XRP. With an estimated 50 billion tokens in circulation and XRP's fixed supply of 100 billion, such a change would increase demand dramatically. Impact projection analysts determined that XRP would need to be valued at more than $60,000 per token in order to meet the backing ratio and liquidity parity needed to stabilize the Swiss franc. Although that figure may seem unbelievable, it is completely consistent when viewed through the prism of systemic liquidity. If a significant central bank need XRP for practical reserve support rather than speculation, the price will reflect global utility rather than investor sentiment. We must examine Switzerland's financial DNA to comprehend the magnitude of this. As you may know, this nation created one of the safest currencies in the world, invented the idea of private banking secrecy, and safeguarded riches during global conflicts and crises. The Swiss take action only after careful consideration and agreement. All of the world's sovereign wealth funds, asset managers, and central bankers pay attention. Additionally, their choice this time directly targets XRP. According to the purported SNB statement, XRP is a liquidity-optimized, globally neutral asset that can sustain a digitally integrated financial system free from counterparty dependence. To put it simply, it is stable, borderless, and untrustworthy. These three items are essential for any contemporary central bank to successfully traverse the post-dollar, post-SWIFT world. The selection of XRP is not arbitrary. For years, Switzerland has been covertly testing out Ripple technology. As early as 2022, the Basel-based Bank for International Settlements tested cross-border settlements over RippleNet corridors. Since 2023, a number of Swiss private banks, like as Julius Baer and SIBA, have provided XRP custodial services. Experiments with liquidity bridging were even part of the Swiss central bank's digital currency pilot. Additionally, insider reports claim that Ripple technology was not involved in those testing. The infrastructure has always existed. An official proclamation linking XRP to monetary reserves was the only thing lacking. That component has now come together. The ramifications are not limited to Switzerland. The adoption of XRP as a reserve asset by the most reputable banking system in the world produces what economists refer to as a halo effect. From Japan to Singapore, every other central bank will pay attention. The Swiss action confirms that digital reserves are genuine, reliable, and essential to financial stability. The way that countries handle their sovereign assets may change as a result of the ripple effect. Switzerland's adoption of XRP may have an impact on digital finance in the 21st century, just like its adoption of gold standards did in the 19th. However, this story has a strategic underbelly. In a divided globe, Switzerland is defending its neutrality. With Eastern coalitions creating alternatives through BRICS and gold, and Western businesses dependent on the US dollar, Switzerland has opted for a third route: neutrality through decentralization. In contrast to other national currencies or CBDCs, XRP is not owned by any one government. It is not a policy, it is a protocol. Switzerland guarantees its monetary independence for future generations by tying the Swiss franc to XRP. No exposure to dollar weaponization, no dependence on the debt of other countries, and no political meddling. It's a neutral digital stronghold. Think about the psychological impact this has on the financial elite. The only item deemed suitable to support a sovereign currency for many years was gold. Bitcoin attempted to take that position, but it was unable to provide the scalability and efficiency that central banks need. But that's exactly what XRP was designed to do: fast, liquid, and of institutional quality. Nothing, no other digital asset has ever deserved more than XRP's Swiss backing. The pinnacle of institutional confidence. The beginning of the digital reserve age will be remembered by financial history as the pivotal event. And when Switzerland sets the standard, others follow. There are already rumors that the Bank of Japan, the European Central Bank, and the Bank of England are examining comparable diversification regimes. When it comes to the next evolution of money, no central bank wants to fall behind. The Swiss move rewrites the entire global monetary rulebook, not just the story of XRP. Many thanks for listening. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Additionally, to be the first to know when I post new stuff, make sure you enable the alerts. I can't wait to see you again in the next video. Be careful.